Pray finish. Next, please listen to me. I'd like to recite Quran before our meeting. We hope that with the reading of the Quran, this webinar will be blessing from start to the end. Amen. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Walillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardh. Liyajziyalladzina sa'u bima amilu wa yajziyalladzina ahsanu bil husna. Alladzina yajtanibuna kaba'iral itsmi wal fawahisya illal lamama. Inna rabbaka wasi'ul maghfirah. Wa a'lamu bikum iz anshalakum minal ardi wa iz antum ajinnatun fi yutuni ummahatikum. Fala tuzakku anfusakum wa a'lamu bimanittaqo. Sadaqallahul azim. The meaning is, and to Allah belongs what is in the heavens and what is on the earth. He will reward those who do evil according to what they have done, and he will reward those who do good with a better reward. Those who stay away from big sins and heinous deeds, except for small mistakes, verily, your Lord is almighty in his forgiveness. He knows about you, since he made you from the ground, and then when you were still a fetus in your mother's belly. So, do not consider yourself holy. He knows about pious people. Quran Surah The next program is singing in the Indonesian National Anthem Raya. Okay, guys. Let's sing national anthem together. Yang di HP Can we start?
Yes, please. Tumpah darahku, salah diri. Bangsa sedang kurangnya ku
semuanya dalamlah jiwanya
bangga padanya untuk
untuk
Indonesia Raya. Indonesia
Raya merdeka,
merdeka,
tanahku
negeriku yang ku cinta.
Indonesia Raya
merdeka,
hiduplah
Indonesia Raya.
Indonesia Raya merdeka,
tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Okay, guys, please unmute your mic. Thank you. The next program is a welcoming speech by Miss Jude Ferrato as a mentor. Miss Jude Ferrato, time is yours.
Okay, thanks to moderator for give me time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, my name is Cipratul Disni as the mentor. First, I would like to thanks to Allah SAW who giving us His blessing so that we could hold this activity. Because of His mercy, we are meeting in this opening event in good health. Greeting and good wishes to our Prophet Muhammad SAW because he has brought us from the darkness in the lightness as we feel right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each of you for being here today at this gathering, especially for the founder of AUSELL, Chico Fachanio, and also all the seniors who has joined this Zoom meeting, all the senior of AUSELL was joining this meeting, and also for the group one who has prepared their best performance today, although they have struggled to organize this webinar so that it can be held this evening. And then I would like to welcome the audience who attend this meeting room. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will explain a little about our webinar. So this webinar was held to practice speaking and provide an assessment to each creative class level 2 participant. This webinar raised the theme college education with approximately 2 weeks of preparation by 6 participants and guided by 3 mentors. I hope this event can be carried out successfully. Okay, that's all from me. I'm so sorry for my mistake. Then I'll leave it to the moderator. And good luck, guys. By saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim exactly at 1:30. Not 21 past 20. Like bye. I open this level.
21, 21, 2.
Yeah, 21-2. I open the level 2 creative class webinar event. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Miss. Now, allow me to welcome the speaker. Rizky Ihsan, Sharifah Aini, Rahman Hakim, and Nahwatul Imro'ah. To let them present. Okay, first, Rizky Ihsan will talk about safety driving. To Rizky Ihsan, 15 minutes is yours. Thank you.
Do a share screen first, please.
Okay. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yeah, please make it bigger. Or you can press F5 on your laptop. Yeah, that one is okay.
Okay, Rizky Ihsan, you can start now.
Thank you for moderator has giving me a chance to give you all speech about this PPT, about this about traffic knowledge. First, can the moderators change the page?
Next slide.
Next slide. I mean, yeah. Hello. Moderator, can you change the slide to the next slide?
This right slide. I think it's loading in your.
It's still not changed in my Zoom 2 on my screen. It's still the same. What happened to your speaker, Rizky Ihsan?
Okay, maybe I'm just gonna read it from my phone.
Yeah.
All right. The first point that we're gonna talk tonight is safety driving. There are 4 subpoints of safety driving. The first one is common cause of road accidents. The second one is proper vehicle maintenance. The third one is obey traffic signals. And the fourth one is road safety tips. In the next slide, I will explain to you guys about common cause of road accidents. For the moderator, please change the slide to the next slide. All right, I'm just gonna continue reading it through my phone. The first point is common causes of road accidents. There are several causes of road accidents, which there are 4 in this page, this slide. The first point is distracted driving. Distracted driving is when you are driving your vehicles, but you are being distracted by other things or doing 2 things at once. For example, when you are driving your vehicles or you are driving your car, you are being distracted by your phones, like calling someone. It can cause you road accidents. And the second point is driving under influence. Driving under the influence. Driving under the influence is when you drive your vehicles while under the influences of substance like alcohol, drugs, or etc. For example, when you ride your bike or motorcycle, but you are under the influence of alcohol, it can make you lose control of your vehicles and yourself. You cannot be focused on the road, and it can make you crash your motorcycle. The third point is speeding. Speeding is when you drive your vehicles with too much speed or exceeding the normal speed limit and make you lose control of your vehicles. For example, when you drive your car, you drove your car very fast till you cannot control your car, and it can make you crash your car to another car or maybe a tree. And the last point in this sub-point is poor road conditions. Sometimes the causes of road accidents doesn't come from ourselves. It comes from other stuff like poor road conditions. Poor road conditions is like when you drove or ride your vehicles, but the road conditions is very poor. There are a lot of holes in the road that can make you lose control of your vehicles or can make you crash your vehicles. At the next slide, we will talk about proper vehicle maintenance. There are 4 points in this point. There are 4 points in this slide. The first one is regularly check tire pressure. Regularly check tire pressure means you need to check your air pressure on your vehicle's tire. You need to check. You can do it by observing it or touching it. If you feel it has less air or too much air, you can add or you can add the air or make the air pretty balanced. Okay. So when you drove or ride your vehicles, there are no turbulence when you ride or drive your vehicles. The second point is check oil and other fluids. There are several fluids of your vehicles that you need to check. The first one is your gas or your fuel or your petrol. You need to check it so when you drive or ride your vehicles, you're not gonna have your vehicle's not gonna stop in the middle of the road because it don't have any fuel anymore. And the other fluids like that you need to check like water machine water, brake water, or machine oils that can ensure you to have that can ensure you to have a perfect riding or driving experience. The third point is ensure proper brake maintenance. You need to check your brake on your vehicles so it didn't malfunction. Because if it's malfunction, you cannot stop your vehicles or your vehicles, and it can make you crash your vehicles into into other vehicles, trees, or other obstacles. The fourth point is have regular vehicle inspections. You can do this by checking it yourself. I mean, your vehicles, you can checking it yourself, or you can bring it to montir, to a professional that can ensure you have a good condition on your vehicles. And then in the next slide, we will talk about obey traffic signals. There are several traffic signals. The first one is follow speed limit signs. You need to follow the speed limit signs because if you didn't obey it, you will have a chance to have an accident on your driving session, or maybe a police will stop you. And then there are follow stop signs, yield signs, and etc. that you need to follow when you drive your vehicle. The next one is you need to follow traffic lights. There are 3 traffic lights you need to follow. The red one, that means to stop. The yellow one, that means you need to be careful before you start driving. And the third one, the green one, that means you can start driving again. In the next slide, we will talk about road safety tips. The first one is wear your seat belts. This is important because when you drive your car, you're gonna need to use your seat belts because maybe if you will have a car accidents, you will not fly from your windshields or something like that. And the second point is avoid driving when tired. You need to avoid driving when tired because if you're tired, you will lose your focus on the road and can make you feel sleepy. The third point is avoid eating or drinking while driving. If you eating or drinking while driving, it can make you lose your focus and can make you didn't look at the road. That can cause road accidents. The last one is avoid using cell phones while driving. When you drive your vehicles, you need to avoid using cell phones, because if you use your cell phones, you will lose your focus, you can see the road, and you can see anything that comes in front of you. And then in the next slide, we'll talk about what is the most important thing to remember when driving. The first point is follow the rules of the road that I have mentioned before. The second one is obey traffic signs and signals that I also have mentioned before. The third one is use defensive driving techniques that will be mentioned in the another from other occurs. And the fourth one is be aware of your surroundings, because if you didn't aware of your surroundings, it will make you have it will cause you some accidents or can cause you some bad things when you drive your car or vehicles, I mean. And then in the last slide of my presentation, there is what is the best way to reduce the risk of being in an accident. The first point is follow the speed limit that I have mentioned before. The second one is avoid distractions while driving that I also have mentioned before, like you need if you get distracted while driving, you will lose your focus and you will have it can cause you accidents on the road. The third point is avoid driving at night, because you need to avoid driving at night because you can feel tired and feel sleepy, and you cannot see the road properly, because if you cannot see the road properly, there might be some bad guys that waiting you in the darkness. The fourth point is wear your seat belts all the times, at all times that I have mentioned before. The fifth point is avoid driving in bad weather, because if you drive on bad weather, it can block your view of the road because of the rain, and it can be difficult to drive at bad weather. And the last point is don't drink or consume anything that can make you drunk, that I have also mentioned earlier. That's all my presentation to the
Okay. Are you finished, Aski Isa?
Yes, I have finished.
Okay, thank you to Lasky Ishan. Next speaker is Sharifa Aini. Sharifa Aini will talk about traffic uniqueness in other countries. To Sharifa Aini, 15 minutes is yours.
Okay, thanks to moderator, but yeah. Good evening, everyone. I will explain my topic under the title Traffic Uniqueness in Other Countries Must Be Applied in Indonesia. And we have 6 countries here is Netherlands, America, China, Hong Kong, Sweden, and the last is Luxembourg. Can you next slide, please? Okay. Netherlands. The Netherlands is a highly environmental country, specializing in conserving nature. The Dutch even making specially designed crossing bridges for animals. Bridges are deliberately made to penetrate the forest but do no harm to the environment. This automatically keeps the balance of nature and the dangerous animal can receive when vehicle pass by. Based on the natural condition of Indonesia, we should have more attention to the safety of animals and plants. The bridge across the valid solution should be implemented in Indonesia so that no more accident will result in accidents. Okay, next slide, please. America. In North America, we most commonly see traffic like our text markers, walk or don't walk, stop hand pictogram, red or orange, and pictures of people walking, green or white. However, the use of a walking person's sign is now being replaced with a countdown of time. The application of the countdown will be very useful in Indonesia. For this signal that the givers might be more careful. Next slide, please. China. Kingdom of Bicycle is a title of China, especially in Hangzhou. Hangzhou is a city in eastern China. The local government gave the people free bicycles. This program provides a solution to the traffic in this area. 70,000 bicycles are prepared with 6,000 points of service. Even on the highway, a specially constructed bicycle path. In 2020, China already had 175,000 public bikes. Many positive things are given by bicycling, especially from Indonesians. Most Indonesians suffer bone damage from lack of exercise. Greasy food is also the cause of many Indonesian people diseases, as well as bicycling to preserve the environment because they reduce air pollution. Next slide, please. Public light bus in Hong Kong. Small buses are deliberately prepared by the Hong Kong government for the public. And buses have 16 seats, which can easily travel to areas from larger buses. The bus also provides a solution for illegal transportation in Hong Kong. The use of this small bus must be applied in Indonesia because using a small bus ensures the safety of passengers. As we know, there are cases or deaths from being with the use of small buses. It's also an advantage because travel to more specific routes was easier. Sweden. Electronic road pricing in Stockholm, Sweden. It is conceptually equivalent to a toll pay system in Indonesia. However, the ERP is being used all over the Sweden highways. Initially, people rejected the program, but over the time, thanks to the success of this program, so the public supports this program, and the money earned is used to develop public transportation. And perhaps this is difficult to apply in Indonesia, but look at the success of Sweden state in leveraging funds to develop public transport. We must do it. Next slide, please. Free public transportation. Luxembourg is give the highest salary, seeing a lot of backcountry labor. There was traffic. The solution by making free public transportation. And Luxembourg is the world's first free public transportation. And we know the people of Indonesia love everything free. Indonesia would be able to contribute much of free public transportation and make public interest about public transportation more rapidly. It's all for me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Sharifah. Sharifah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you repeat explaining in the Hong Kong part? Your voice breaks.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have a bad signal here. Let's okay. Let's start again in Hong Kong.
The slide, please.
The uniqueness traffic in Hong Kong is public light bus. So public light bus is small buses in Hong Kong. Small buses are deliberately prepared by Hong Kong government for the public. And buses have 16 seats, which can easily travel to areas that are difficult for larger bus. The bus also provide a solution for illegal transportation in Hong Kong. And why we must apply this public light bus in Indonesia? Because the use of this small bus, when we using a small bus, ensure the safety of passengers packed into the car. As we know, there are cases of death from being crowded into confined space. Then, with the use of small buses, it also gives people an advantage because travel to more specific routes was easier. Maybe it's all for me. Back to moderator.
I'm sorry, Sharifa, can you repeat Sweden and Luxembourg too, please?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, thank you.
Sweden first. Can you help me to change this slide? Sweden. Electronic road pricing in Sweden, or ERP program. In conceptually, this program equivalent to toll pay system in Indonesia. However, the ERP is being used all over the Sweden highways. So all Sweden highways, we must pay. If you want to go with your car, you must pay something like that. Initially, or in reality, people rejected the program. But over time, thanks to the government, because this program to success, and public give more support in this program. And the positive thing about this program, the money earned is used to develop public transportation. And in Indonesia, perhaps this is very difficult to apply in Indonesia, but look at the success of Sweden state in leveraging funds to develop public transportation. And I think we must do it. Next slide, we will discuss about Luxembourg. Luxembourg is very, very beautiful place. And in Luxembourg, there is the first free public transportation in the world. Luxembourg. Luxembourg is a small town that gives the highest salary in the world. Yeah, salary. You need to underline this word is salary. This is causing of a lot of back country go to Luxembourg and get the money in Luxembourg. But there's in the world, what anything in the world must have a cause and effect. Then the effect of the highly salary in Luxembourg, there was traffic. So the government then provide a solution by making free public transportation. And Luxembourg is the world's first free public transportation. And as we know, the people of Indonesia very, very, very love everything free. Indonesia will be able to contribute much of free public transportation and make public interest about public transportation more rapidly. Maybe it's all for me. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you so much for Sharifa Aini. Next speaker is Rahman Hakim. Rahman Hakim will talk about traffic law and driving aggressiveness. To Rahman Hakim, 15 minutes is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to tell you about my part. Talking about traffic law. Um, Constitution law in Indonesia, number 22 of 2009, concerning road traffic and transportation. What it means by traffic is movement of vehicles and people in the traffic and road traffic space.
Just continue.
All right. Constitution law in Indonesia, number 22 of 2009, concerning road traffic and transportation. What it means by traffic is the movement of vehicles and people in the road traffic space. Road traffic space in an infrastructure designed for the movement of vehicles, people, and or goods in the form of roads and supporting facilities. In Article 21, regarding road use the equipment, it explained that Article 21, um, Article 21, every road has a maximum speed limit determined nationally. The second, the maximum speed limit as referred to in paragraph 1 in determined based on the provider's area, urban area, intercity roads, and highways. Third, for safety considerations or other special considerations, the regional government may determine the local highest speed limit, which must be stated with the traffic sign. Fourth, the lowest speed limit on highways is set at an absolute limit of 60 kilometers per hour in a free low condition. Number 5, further provision regarding the speed limit as referred to in paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 are regulated by government regulation. Okay, okay. The next slide, please. Okay, thank you, moderator. Okay. The next part, I will talking about defensive driving. Driver who apply defense driving are also more responsible and introspective because they are really think about the security and safety of the themselves and other. Defense driving is a driver behavior that prioritize awareness of the safety of oneself and other. Um, like putting a car in the place so it doesn't bother on, like putting a car in place so it doesn't bother under other driver. Over time, the role of technology has also affected driving. To make driving more comfortable, use the GPS. Just use a GPS to avoid traffic, as well as to get safely to your destination on time. Then use CCTV and sound wire to avoid a robbery in the street and monitor road condition in anticipation of United. And in the case of United event, we already have sufficient evidence to defend ourselves in court. Um, the next slide, please. The traffic crime anticipation. Protect yourself by not allowing permissions, not providing stimulation by displaying valuable. When this is done, there will be interaction with the preparer of crime during driving. Like I would say before, um, you can use CCTV and sonar wire to avoid robbery in the street and monitor road condition in anticipation of the United. And in the case the United event, we already have we already have sufficient evidence to defend ourselves in the court. I think that's all for me. Back to moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Rahman for helping explain the part of the speaker who was unable to attend to. Ladies and gentlemen, now are the time to time of the Q&A. We open the question and answer session. For the first session, please raise a hand, turn on your mic, and you can give your idea or question. In this session, we have time given for everybody who want to ask a question by their voice. We open for 3 questions. Please raise hand. Okay, Arya, do you have a question?
Sorry.
If not questions, maybe you can tell your experience related to traffic. It's always nice to hear you tell your experience. Sweden. Okay, good. Stockholm, right? Sweden, and you can make Stockholm. It's okay, Rizky. If you want to share your experience, it's also okay. We still have plenty of time.
Nazila, do you have a question?
In chat box, who's that? Reski said he wants to add something about his experience. You can do it, Reski. I think.
Okay, Bang. All right, I'm gonna share my experience when I ride my motorcycle. This happens about 3 weeks ago at night, Sunday night. That time at Sunday, I supposed to go back to Padang. I'm from Bukit Tinggi. I'm supposed to go to Padang at 5 p.m. But instead I go to Padang at 9 p.m., which is pretty late at night because I have something to do beforehand. So when I start to ride my motorcycle, I stop at gas station and fill my gas. But when I'm about to go, it happens at Padang Lua gas station, Pertamina Padang Lua di near Bukit Tinggi. There are a stranger that asked me to give him a ride to other gas station that are a bit far from the first location, because I see him as someone that sells tofu, sells eggs, so I give him a ride. When I give him a ride, he's pretty talkative and asks me a lot of questions. And maybe that is my first mistake, that I give a stranger a ride. But at least that guy isn't a bad person. So when I drop him at the other gas station, there comes another stranger that just get on top of my back, on top of my motorcycle, and ask me to give him a ride to Padang Panjang. Because he already on top of my motorcycle, and I don't know what to do at that time. I'm pretty shocked. So I'm saying, okay, I didn't think about the consequences.
Another person?
Yes, another person.
Oh.
And you guys shouldn't do this, but I do that. But I did. So when I give this guy a ride, he's pretty quiet, but but he's pretty aware of his surroundings, because when I speeding my motorcycle near a bus, he looks pretty scared, which is pretty funny actually. But yeah, he is pretty quiet. But when I ask him a question, he looks like a confused person, like
drunk,
perhaps drunk. I don't know. He's a bit old. When I asked him, why are you going this late to Padang Panjang? He told me that he wants to go to pengajian. I don't know what to.
Islamic sermon.
Yeah, Islamic sermon. And then, why do you go this late? It starts at night. which is pretty suspicious, but okay, because he is already in my bag, so I can really say anything. So I asked him, do you have any relative? No, no, I don't. I'm just musafir, someone that right,
Traveler.
traveler. But then he asked me a question again. He asked me the first question, where are you from? I said that I came from Kapau and I go to college at Winima Bonjol Padang. But something weird, but the weird thing is he asked me that question 3 times and I always just say the same question. I think he is a bit stressed, a bit, I don't know, crazy? No, I don't think it's crazy, but he looks like one. So when I arrived at Padang Panjang, when I am about to drop him off, it's a bit far from Padang Panjang actually. It's a bit from in the outer location of the city. He told me that the place that I'm gonna drop him off is closed, and when it's closed, so he told me that he want to go to Padang with me, which makes me afraid. It makes me pretty scared because he said that he want to go to Islamic sermon, but why he want to go to Padang, right? So
Okay.
I said to him, no, I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't. I want to go to my friend's house, and I'm making excuses so I can drop him off. And but I'm pretty lucky that he is not a bad person. I think he's just a bit mentally ill. So when I drop him off, I give him 10,000 rupiah, I mean 10K.
Okay.
But before I go, he told me, I'm sorry, kid, I don't think I can do anything with 10K, which makes me pretty surprised because why are you as a someone that I drop off ask me another 10K, right? So I'm just fine, whatever. I give him 10 and I told him go eat somewhere or here some money so you can go with a bus or something else.
You
And
added more
after that,
money then.
yes.
How
That's
much?
pretty weird. 10K, another 10K. It
So
means,
that's 20K totally.
yes. After I give him that, I immediately start my engine and just speeding, just goes full speed from that place. Well, yeah, that's all actually. The meaning of my the reason why I told you guys this because is to make you guys know that you should in any condition to
ride motorcycle at night.
Yes, that is one of the thing that I want to say, and do not give a stranger a ride, especially at night. Maybe,
yeah, but that's difficult, right? Because he is already sit on your back, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky that he is not a bad person. But if he is a bad person, I don't think I can tell you guys this story right now. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. But I think it's better if you ride motorcycle, you don't ride it alone. So you have a friend behind you to go with you. So it's actually much more safer, I think.
And when I drive my motorcycle, I'm alone, and I also listen to music to to enjoy the ride. But you guys shouldn't do this for real.
Okay, thank you for sharing. That's interesting, and hopefully you won't experience that again anymore. Yeah.
Thank you, Bang.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, moderator and all participants, and also mentors, you can practice your English. It's not always question. You can also share your experience. We still have time, less than I mean, that's pretty close to 10 p.m. So we can have time for about 10:15. It's okay. Or maybe moderator, you can share your experience too. So let's try our best to practice English right now. So it's not a kind of lecturing, but it's a kind of practicing. Where is Arya? Arya, you go from farther place. It's Riau, right? So you must be having more experience about traffic, right? So you can also share if you don't have question, you share your story then.
Okay, actually, I want to share about not about my route from Pekanbaru to Padang because I have one thing is about in the Luxembourg. You thought they told me about free public transportation. It reminds me when I was at the Makassar, when I went to Makassar for joining National Children Forum, and then after arrive at Sultan Nasruddin International Airport, I went to Four Points Hotel by Sheraton using public transportation. But unfortunately, public transportation not free in this country is very rare. So after using public transportation, and then I share my disappointment at social media, and then one of my friends at Luxembourg interest about my status, and then she asked me, "Hey, buddy, what's up? What's your problem?" And then I said, "Nothing, bro. It's okay because I just disappointed about my using public transportation." Hell no, what's the problem? Yeah, because in this country, all of the all of the citizens must pay for public transportation. And then she felt shocked. What in the world country must pay citizen for public transportation? And then I asked, what's the problem? You must try at Luxembourg, buddy, because Luxembourg has free public transportation. For example, if you want to go from Luxembourg to S, if you want to go Luxembourg to Arlon, if you don't bring your wallet, it's still okay because it's free. And then I said, bro, is that impossible because you're using public transportation? It charges you money. And then she said, no, bro, you must try it. And then this place has less incident. And then I feel shocked also because I tell her, I think Indonesia has more accident than your country because every single second there is a crash from the roundabout at red lights about the exceeding speed limits. It's normal in Indonesia. But if you want to go Indonesia, please be carefully when you're driving, and because there is more accident in your country. And then after she shared to me about the Luxembourg free public transportation, and I feel interested. Maybe sometime I want to try go to Luxembourg to continue my education at Luxembourg because she told me Luxembourg has also best universities. I think that's enough.
When was that?
It's about when I was at the before I was a student at
in our university.
Before I went to university about 2 or 3 years ago.
Ah, all right. So are you still friend with her?
Yes, still friends only. Just like chat sometime and ask what happened in country from each other. Yeah, something like that.
How do you know her? How did you know her?
Because when I was playing a game and then I have my team from Luxembourg flag, and then just after the game where unfortunately we lost. After that, I chat her like, hello, just save my nickname game so we can play together next time. And then she said, yes, sure, no problem. And after that, joining, moving to not just in the game only, but only moving to WhatsApp, only Instagram sometimes. But we spend more time at game for sure.
Ah, okay. Beautiful story.
Yeah.
And do you know her face? And does she know your face?
Yeah, because because she has placed at the photo of her nickname in the game, so I know. It's about 19 years old for real. Me 19 years old too, but it's impossible to meet with her if I don't go to Luxembourg. Maybe sometime I try to meet
Do
her.
you mean she is older than you?
What?
Is she older than you?
No. She's 19 and I'm 19 also, but it's about 3 or 2 months.
What do you mean 3 or 2 months?
She was born at January.
The different
Yes,
different months.
yes, different months, but in age we are the same.
I see. That's cool to have friend the same age and from another country. Yeah, so I think it's an asset. So next time, if we want to go to Luxembourg, just contact Arya, right? Okay, nice story. You can also ask Arya more. So it's not only me, but you can also ask everyone. Reski, maybe you want to ask Arya. And Diana, please speak. So we come here to practice our English. So it's not all about webinar, but it's all about practicing our English. Where is Nabila? Where does she go? Diana, can you talk? Talk, please. Speak. And also mentors, you can also give your feedback. Maybe it's cool to have such an experience to hear, and you have heard the experience from Reski and Arya, so you can also give feedback to them. And also moderator, I think that we can change this to practice session, maybe because asking about translation, perhaps it's too a bit complicated to ask, right? But it's okay. Telling experience and give feedback. Salsa, do you have something to say? Let it that. And Diana, please.
I don't have any experience on the road because.
So what do you think about Reski's and Arya's stories? Okay, Nazila Kirani is connecting. I want to ask you guys, who is in this Zoom meeting? I mean, who has gone to another country? Experience going out from Indonesia to another country? Have you? Sasa, have you gone to another country?
No, I just go another province.
Province. How about you, Reski Ihsan?
I got nothing to say anymore.
No, I mean, have you gone to another country? Have
Oh
you been
no,
to? All
I
right,
haven't.
not yet. All right. Sharifa, have you been to another country?
Not yet.
Okay. I wish you try someday. Where is
Yeah, I hope.
Bang Ilham? He has gone to Malaysia and Singapore very often. He's not here anymore. How about you, Rifa, Rahman, and who else? Where is Diana? Yeah, Diana, have you been to another country? So we can listen to your experience trying public transportation. Actually, I have been to Malaysia and Singapore. From what I see is like the different things is something that really is special is how clean is Singapore. I don't see any rubbish. And in Malaysia, there's still some, but it's still forgettable. It's maybe children forget to take their cup, something like in Indonesia, what we call, yeah, something like plastic glass. I just see once. I was in Malaysia for 3 days and in Singapore for 1 day. I can talk much about it because I don't try the public transportation. I didn't try many. I just tried once. Like, what is that? What was that? In Malaysia, it's MRT. So it's a kind of train, but very modern and very small, really small, and it's also clean. And yeah, the unique thing I see is that in Singapore, they're always too crowded with Chinese people. I think many Chinese people came from China, so it's not Chinese Singaporean, but Chinese China. So we must be careful in Singapore because if not, run to the MRT and run to everything like locket or something like, yeah. So we must be careful. If not, we can just fall down because they can hit you in Singapore. So many yeah, they are about 15 people, something like that. So 15 people, they run, and run. They use the same clothes. Yeah, so we can know that they are in group. We must be careful. It's something unique I saw in Singapore. So imagine that 15 people run, and they also have privilege, something like in the border from Malaysia to Singapore and from Singapore to Malaysia. There is a always a new window from them. Window, what I mean is loket in Indonesian in our language. So there is always open a new window for them, a special window for them. So they run and run. This is a window for you, and so we have. It's something that I hate to see. Something like that. So they have they are very special. Chinese people are very special in Singapore, but it's actually because 70% of Singapore are Chinese, and Malay ethnicity are only about 7% now in Singapore. So it's quite high difference between the total number of Chinese comparing to Malay. I wish next time I could go to another country for long, not only for 3 days, 1 day, and I don't really have story to tell because that's too short for telling something about another country. But it's quiet and quite exciting for me. Quite interested, makes me makes me, I think, really happy, even if it's short, very short time. But going to another country always will always be a happy thing, I think. If we go for traveling, but for working, I think it's harder. Okay. We should close. No, I mean, who, Diana, please talk. We still have people which is not talk here. Diana and Doli Arifa Tanjung, come on, because we are not many here, so everyone can speak. So please speak. Yeah, about 5 minutes. It's okay. At least you speak, right? Hello? Salsa, do you have friends from another country, from the other countries, like Arya?
I have a friends from Malaysia, but we don't contact.
Don't communicate very often.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
How did you know them? How many friends?
Just one.
A man or a woman?
A man.
A man, great. How do you know him? How did you know him?
From application.
A game like Arya?
No.
So, dating app?
No.
So? Why are you laughing? What application is that?
Let's play Ome, Ome TV.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I met him in Ome TV.
You can get more friends, right? But why you just get one from Ome TV? Why not more?
but I'm scared.
Scared. Why?
Because yeah, I don't. Nggak kenal ya. Nggak kenal.
What makes you scared?
What?
What makes you scared?
I don't know him too much because we in another country. Sometimes siapa? Someone I met in Oma TV. Oma TV. He called me at the last night.
Okay.
Uh,
So don't give your WhatsApp number. Just give
no, I didn't give.
Instagram.
Yeah, I give him my Instagram, but he called me on Instagram.
So
Yeah.
oh, that's a bad idea to have a call on Instagram. Why Mark Zuckerberg add that kind of feature there?
Oh,
Recording in progress.
yeah, I'm not comfortable on that. Yeah.
I see. Okay, Nazila Kirani, Nurul Hanifa, welcome. Diana, why are you just silent? Nazila and Diana and Nurul, why are you late? Hello, Nurul Hanifa, why are you just join here now? Anything happened before this? Nurul Hanifa, hello, please talk. What was happening? Why you just join now? I mean, why have you just joined? What do you mean, Arya? You said Asia, Euro, Africa, America, Europe. So you have.
That's my dream to have at least one friend in each other.
In each continent.
Yeah, in each continent. Yeah, only have.
Great.
Yeah, Asia I did, Euro I did, Africa I didn't, America yeah I did.
Good. You can go to Andalas University. It's always have international student for learning Indonesian. They learning Indonesian for about 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months there. So you can meet them. You can go to the Andalas University dormitory, and you'll find them.
Find the bully.
Yes. And also some of them are Africans, sometimes Korean, many nationalities there. Just go to meet some. I mean, you need to have a friend from Indonesian. Yeah, our Indonesian brothers. Do you have friend that is studying in studying at Andalas University?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Yeah, go with him or her.
Him.
Yeah, go with him to the dormitory and find people from other countries there.
Want to meet bule?
Yeah. Many bules. Many foreigners there.
Yes.
Okay, I think we already almost 20 to 21. So no questions today is okay, but it's because the experience is also a very interesting thing and also very useful. Moderator, please give conclusion, and then after that we can close the meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Okay, now we come to the end of this webinar. Before closing the webinar, I want to draw conclusions from what the speaker said. Everyone must have to decide to ride. They will try to be able to drive. Driving is not only when someone is be able to balance the vehicle, but also must know the rules that must be obeyed on the road. So today's presentation shows us how important safety driving is. Each country has its own rules, and we must comply with the driving rules in Indonesia. That's from me. I would like to thank the speakers for their informative and interesting presentation, and all participants for their very active participation. Also, thank you to all of Mentor for all of your support for us to make me grow up. Finally, applaud the speaker and all of you. I hope you are always giving safety while driving, always healthy, and have a good night. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Director. Please stop screen share.
Can I stop sharing?
Okay. Thank you very much for your coming, guys. It's always nice to have you. I think this is the last time for having webinars before Idul Fitri. So we will have another webinar after Idul Fitri. So see you next time. But for the class learning English, we still have yeah, perhaps one or two meetings. But for webinar, I think it's better to have it after Idul Fitri. Thank you so much. I hope you always struggle to practice your English. Even for me, for me personally, I feel a bit difficult to speak right now because I don't. Yeah, I don't have. I mean, I didn't practice a lot right now. So, but yeah, most of my time I use. Yeah, I just read. So this is also useful for me, not only for you, but for every one of us. Okay.